Gary, thank you. So 5 underdogs win outright tonight, and a lot of folks were questioning whether or not Dayton actually belonged in this NCAA field. They are one of only 2 independents. The other is DePaul, and now Dayton has advanced to the next round. And our Chevrolet most valuable players of the game, for Dayton, Roosevelt Chapman, the senior out of Brooklyn, 29 points and 7 rebounds. I'm told by someone who knows these sort of things that he's a cinch to be a first-round draft choice in the NBA's upcoming draft. And for LSU, well, their freshman Nikita Wilson, he was their Chevrolet player of the game. We're going to have interviews. We'll have scores all the way to the championship. Dayton must be having dreams like that right now. Let's go out live to Gary Bender and Billy Packer. Gary?
Brent, thank you. Don Donoher and Roosevelt Chapman with us. And, Don, this was an impressive win for you.
Well, we were really concerned at halftime, Gary. We looked at the shot chart, and we were so much outside, and they had a lot inside. And defensively, we had to really go in and pack on them and gamble that they wouldn't burn us on the outside, and it paid dividends. And in the second half, Roosevelt got going, and we got a stretch in there where we scored about 8 times in a row and got us to the lead. So we're very pleased, obviously.
Don, we said at the start of this game it would be a tempo game. You controlled the tempo.
Well, yeah, we try, Gary, to play our own tempo. I mean, we'd like to get out and go. If we don't run, Chap really has a fit, so we got to get up and down some. But we, when you get on the lead like we had in the second half, then it's time to make some passes down there. And our execution for the most part against their pressure and all was pretty decent.
I was impressed with the poise of your ball club. You were playing a club who was averaging 10 steals a game. You didn't let the pressure bother you.
Well, we've got a guard lineup. Sometimes we don't do real well on the glass, but we were proud of the fact that they only got 1 offensive rebound that second half against the Mighty Mites. But, we do have some pretty good ball handlers in there. We blew some late in the game, but, again, for the most part, we did a pretty good job against their pressure.
Billy was mentioning how well you boxed off on the boards. You're the tallest starter at 6'7", but you got a good bench help tonight from Christie and Zern, who came in.
We were really happy for Jeff Zern because he was our center at the beginning of the year, and he couldn't get going. And the poor kid, he's just been beaten down all year, and he got out here, and what a game he played for us, and did we need it, and I'm probably as pleased for him as anybody.
Well, let's talk to Roosevelt Chapman. All he had tonight was 29 points, Billy.
Yeah, 29 points, but Chappie, you kept turning the ball over. I mean, you're going to give the coach some gray hairs. A sensational ball game. That the 15 you had in the first half were about as quiet a 15 as I've seen in a long time. But what impressed me, seeing you for the first time in person, is that you don't occupy the ball a lot. It's a team concept, and when you get it, you make good things happen.
That's right. We have a good ball club. We're patient. We execute well. And really, everybody just try to stay within the system. So if we could do that, we'll be a better ball club.
One of the things we'd like for you to do is to watch yourself in action. Here's a play in the first half where the ball came down the sidelines. You went right in with a power move on the inside. And tonight, not only did you use the power move off the break, but there were a couple of times when you went ahead and used that pump fake of yours. And in this particular play, I believe we're going to see you going up against Leonard Mitchell. You eventually fouled him out with a pump fake. And here you go on the inside. You make the reverse move on him, get him up off the ground, and then go right into him very nicely there to pick up his 5th foul and hit it and go for another 3-point play.
That's right. I really like to do that, try to pump fake a lot, try to get my opponent in the air, hopefully get fouled, and try to make 3-point play. Walt Frazier's my idol, and I try to poison the game after him.
Well, you're doing a real good job with it. One thing I like that you do when you rebound defensively, the little push you're giving it back. Now, you're not getting called for that, but I tell you what, when you get on national TV, the officials see that, okay? They watch these other games. So keep that hand off the guy's back in the future.
That's a pro move.
Okay, Gary. Roosevelt, Don, congratulations. And Oklahoma's next for you. That'll be another tough team. We're going to be back with more from